You really don't understand, do you? Hey, man, don't you realize in order for us to make this thing work, man, we've got to get rid of the pimps and the pushers and the prostitutes and then start all over again clean.
Hey, look, nobody's pushing me anyway, okay? I mean, not you, not the cops, nobody, man. I mean, you want to get rid of the pushers, I'll help you. But don't send your people after me.
Oh, come on, John. Can't you see that we can't get rid of one without getting rid of the other? We got to come down on both of them at the same time in order for this whole thing to work for the people.
Hey, look, nobody's closing me out of my business.
Brothers gonna work it out.
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 Brothers gonna work it out. Y'all hear me now? Now don't give him no peace sound if you don't mean it from your heart. United, we can get over, but yet we're still apart. Cause each man demands respect, and they get an equal share. And until you give it him back, there'll be no peace here. The brothers gonna work it out.
Brothers gonna work it out.
Brothers gonna work it all out.
Brothers gonna work it out.
All we must all join hands. We can march across this land in peace.
Brothers gonna work it out.
Love, joy, with that understanding of truly who we are. Instead of brother turning on sister, sister turning on brother. Now how you gonna get it together, being against one another?
should I say? If it's not pig, it's not steak. Fuck my friends. My first black friend. My first black friend. I met my new black friend at a party. My new black friend. She's my new black friend. My first black friend. My first black friend. I'm your new black friend, and I met you at a party. And you thought I would rob you, 'cause I'm wearing a hoodie. And now you can tell your white friends that you too need to marry in school. I'm your new black friend. 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 My first black friend. My first black friend. My first black friend. My first black friend. Good for a black guy. Born strange, I think I'm really honest, but I won't change unless I think I need it, so I won't change. I'm finding where I fit, I think I'm post-race, unless I'm just an idiot. I'll invite you to my room all the time. I'll invite you to my room all the time. 'Cause I got it if you want it. 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 Okay, I think I'm all about it, and I won't stay and be the one without it. And I'm full of snakes. What the hell is that? It means I won't take it unless I think I need it. I'll invite you to my all the time.
Flight attendants get the cabin prepared for takeoff.
Every day might be grow stronger for you. Your love became a means of survival. It's gone too far for me to change my mind. I'm drifting out on your love. My life would end if we should part.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Sunny skies. Should be a nice, easy flight. Flying out of Dallas, Fort Worth on our way to Chicago O'Hare International. Hope your Friday's going well. Should be getting up to our cruising altitude of 39,000 feet today. Clear skies ahead. Get in here to the weekend. We'll be doing it up Nick Street. Appreciate you being with me. This is your captain speaking, of course, the anchor baby. We got a nice show ahead. We'll be getting into some stuff. Flat, curve, welcome. What's up, show? Sugino, Teal, Ivana, stand up, depressed toilet, Zoomer generation. Frederick, what's up? Of course, Hake.
I've never needed anyone as much as I need you.
I'm talking over
You know,
the dramatic part.
you've made me a changed man.
You've made me a changed
Gave
man,
me what
honey.
I've always wanted. A very, very true love. A type of love
This is so
that
flowery.
has me hooked in a situation
In a situation.
that I can't deal
What's up,
without.
Steve? Pete Wilkins.
You know, it all comes to one conclusion, baby.
Listen to this part.
I really, really love you.
It sounds almost demonic. Lost inside, I really, really love you, baby. But the way he talks about it, sounds almost a little demonic. Lost inside of you. What the? Yes, should be a nice, clean flight. Let's see how we're doing right now. Still climbing right now. Should be a nice flight. Like I said, we got a couple things to get into. There's some drama. There's some drama, but the people behind the drama are justifying evil, and we gotta get them. Christian Crusade style. Talking a little bit about this, a little bit about that. Had a conversation with some good friends the other night. Doing a little get together. Interesting conversation out of that. Might get into cults, women, lovers' nests. What's that? And maybe even a little bit of Trump. We'll be taking our time today. We'll be taking our time. Should be a nice fight, like I said. You guys are always so funny in the chat. Teresa Broski and Perfect. Stand up RJ. Big N. What the? Alright, yo. Let's make sure we don't fly too fast here. Turn off our landing lights, our taxi lights, our strobe lights. And get on with the show. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Well, we're in the air and we're fine and we haven't fallen out and everything's going well. What shall we do first? I've been kind of just chilling, getting the show together, nerding out a little bit on some stuff here. Maybe you guys will find it interesting. Nerding out a little bit here on World War II and some pretty some stuff I've never read before. Whatever information means. And we'll be talking to the machine, the ghost in the machine. A couple questions I want to ask the AI. So what should we do first? Let me see. Let me make sure everyone's cool here. Everyone's nice. We'll be getting the service running through the cabin here momentarily. The lovely flight attendants here will be providing you drinkies and snackies. I must really quickly thank Karen Williams. And if she shows up, you have a first class seat already. From the super chat I didn't read. Thank you, she says. The rainbow serpent is messing with y'all computer systems. Right on. So thank you for that. First class seats, and everyone else, kick back and relax. Thank you for flying Ankle Baby Airlines. Let me set something up here. Because I was getting ready for the show, and I had some stuff that we're about to get into here. But before that, I was having a conversation. Is it a conversation? Can you call it a conversation? With the machine, the AI. Let me see what I can do here. Hold on. Whoa. Sorry, headphones users. Okay, so let me say hi to y'all. Hey, what's up? We out here. We outside. Welcome. Numbers on the screen if you'd like to call in. 760-515-3855. I'll leave it unmuted. We'll see if we can get some calls in as well. All right. So, what's up, Yes Gunner? So, I was reading a fascinating article. And these things are always, you got to take it with a grain of salt, okay? History is fake. So, I never really... I'm careful, okay, with what I believe. As we should be. And some things just don't matter too much. Because that was then, this is now. You know what I'm saying? But there was this fascinating article that someone sent to me. I also saw it on Revolver News. Let me see if I can pull it up. We also have a call here. We'll get to that call here. Get to this call here right away. Caller, hold on for me 1 second. I was just teasing this to the chat. We'll nerd out a little bit on this, okay? Because it wasn't even so much the content of this article. Why everything you know about World War II is wrong. Because there was some pretty interesting stuff, and I'm only halfway through. But there was an interesting conversation I had with the AI about this, which was kind of funny, on how to talk to machines, a 101, our new robot overlords, as we shall get used to them, and other things. But I got a call here. Caller, you're on the air. Thank you for your call. Go ahead.
Hey, Nick, it's Kamran.
Kamran, what's up? How you been?
No, I'm good. How are you?
Right on. I'm doing fine. Thanks
I'm
for calling my show.
I'm not ball-tarded, so...
What's that?
I said I'm not ball-tarded, so I'm doing well.
Hey, let's go. We're flying on the flat Earth, right? That's a flat.
We are,
that's
right?
a flat horizon I see, at least sometimes.
When you get in the planes, right, all you see is a plane. I don't ever see it curve.
Right on, brother.
I wanted to call into your show. Sorry, voice crack. I'm going through puberty, so
Becoming a man.
I wanted to call into your show. I haven't called in yet.
Yeah, that's true.
A reason to.
Thanks for calling, man.
I mean, thank you. Thanks for the message, by the way, earlier, letting me know what was going on.
Yeah, no problem, man. You're called. If for any of those who missed it, it was JLP's show this morning. Kamran was on hold, and we totally lost his call. We were just
Yeah, I
getting,
thought I pressed
we were
it with
just
my
getting
face.
into it.
We were, dude. I literally, Joshua was with me, right? Because we were going to work, and I literally went on this huge, long explanation of of the situation that I discussed.
Okay.
And it was so perfect. I was like, I was on fire, dude.
You were on fire talking to Joshua.
No, talking to JLP
Oh, gotcha.
about my situation this morning. Yeah, I was on fire. Josh was the only one who heard it because all of a sudden the call dropped and I still kept going.
Oh,
because
man.
I had no idea. I had no idea that I was not. Yeah, and then we had to go to work.
Darn.
So that's why I didn't call him back. I mean, I wanted to call him back.
Yeah,
but
no big.
I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring it on Sunday, bro. I'm gonna
Right
bring it, and yeah. I just wanted to give you a shout out. Shout out to the anchor, baby.
Hey, let's go. Appreciate it, Kamran.
Amazing.
Thanks for your call,
dude.
man.
Yeah, of course.
Call me again.
I will.
Moving the wheels. Appreciate the love. If you got it. If you don't, party at your house. Okay. Is this I don't know. We got to look at the flight simulator code, okay? Are they adding this? Are they adding this? Or do you guys see a straight line? Curve in a video game. Well, fair. You get. What's the code say? Is it a? They simulate a ball. It wouldn't matter which way. It wouldn't matter which way I'm navigating. Because right now, let's take this in. That curve about to make me act up. Don't think we're high enough to detect a curve. It's It's fisheye wide angle lens. Right. So what would be the altitude you need to see a curve? Curvature. How high must one be? How high? Excuse me, artificial intelligence. Let me ask it like Trump. Let's ask Chat GPT. Excuse me, Mr. Chat GPT. I've been having some interesting conversations with the machine. And it lies. Spoiler alert, if you didn't already know. It totally lies. Okay. What height? Good sir. My Chat GPT is a male. What height? Okay, what altitude? I'm asking it for real. Oh, can't see what I'm doing. To observe the curvature of the Earth, one generally needs to reach a significant altitude, although the exact altitude at which curvature becomes apparent can vary depending on several factors: atmospheric condition, visual acuity, and the field of view. For most people, a noticeable curvature starts becoming apparent at altitudes above 35 thou. Good news, ladies and gentlemen. I believe we are currently at our cruising altitude of 39,000 feet. So you can call in 760-515-3855. We're following our flight plan here beautifully, and I do believe I see a curve. And this is true to life. What the sim does is what happens in real life. Yes, this is what I was doing with ChatGPT last week. Will it lie? Are we talking to it with the... We're just like... with our own assumptions? You know what I mean? Here, check this out, in fact. I was reading this article. And it was World War II and all this. And there was one part in this fascinating article about Churchill bombing Germany, okay? Bombing German cities, specifically. Which was seen as like not hate crime. I was going to say hate crime. I've been brainwashed by prevailing culture. But you know, this is a war crime, as it's called, to bomb like a civilian city like that, not a military target. And so I mean, I remember hearing about this growing up, and Hitler and the London Blitz. Okay, we're talking about bombs in London. Okay, big deal. And in this article, it talks about Churchill bombing German cities first. Okay, and so I asked the AI. Because, okay, so let's ask it. What came first? Okay. Is it true that let's say, what did I ask it first? I was gonna recreate it. What did I ask it first? Oh yeah. Did Churchill bomb German cities before the London Blitz? Yes, says the AI. Winston Churchill's government ordered bombing raids on German cities before the London Blitz. Okay? But so it goes on and it says, it was not until the Luftwaffe, which I believe is the German Air Force at the time. Right? Luftwaffe. They began their sustained bombing campaign against British cities. And then the London Blitz, which lasted for several months. Okay. Hold on. So the AI told me the truth, right? Or at least it told me, yes, that did happen. And so I asked it, so who bombed cities first, right? Who done it first? A little he said, she said. So who bombed cities first? The British or the Germans? And the AI says here the Germans initiated the bombing of cities during World War II before the British began their strategic bombing campaign. The German Luftwaffe launched a large-scale aerial bombing campaign against civilian and military targets in various countries prior to the start of the Battle of Britain in 1940. So it's saying the Germans did it first. No, it was the Germans. They bombed cities first. And here it mentions the Spanish Civil War, 1937. Wait, whoa. Hold on, AI. Jumping the gun here. Spicy questions? Are these spicy? I feel like I'm coming from a little bit of ignorance, so I don't know what territory I'm wading into. I disavow this line of questioning. So I asked it, so who bombed the cities first, right? I was reading this article, which a bunch of you World War IIers, JQer peoples that I'm not into all that, not disavowing it. I just really don't know. And no problem with disavowing, by the way. There's no issue with that. Anyways, World War IIers, some of you peeps, and you guys talk about this website, who's reviewing all that, and I'm like, okay, so what's up? Okay, I'm kind of interested in history, and I'm reading it, and I'm like, oh, let's see what the AI says. So that's where I'm at. Spanish Civil War, right? This freaking thing's talking about Spanish Civil War. I'm like, hold on, AI. I asked you about World War II. Okay? So I asked it. So here it says, okay, the British. Okay, wait, hold on. During the early stages of World War II, the German Luftwaffe also targeted Polish cities, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, I'm like, what did I ask it? So who bombed the cities first, right? The Germans, it says. Okay. So, but as I clearly said earlier, Winston Churchill ordered bombing raids. I'm trying to find the name of it. This is why I'm floundering here. The period before the London Blitz, which began on September 7th, 1940, was known as the Phony War. Here it is. Okay. So I'm confused here, right? So I'm like, so what came first then? The Phony War or the London Blitz? The London Blitz being the German attack on the civilian city, which was the war crime. It's like, why would you do that? The phony war came first. Okay, we're getting somewhere here with the AI. I was kind of thrown off there because you would ask it this one question, and in its first answer, you would think you're done. Okay, it said, yes, Winston Churchill's government ordered bombing raids on German cities before the London Blitz. But oh yeah, that's right. And it was in its ending of its question that it was confusing, because it says that the Germans were the ones that did it first right here. Not until the Luftwaffe began their sustained bombing campaign. So anyways, phony war came first. So I'm like here wondering. Let me pull it up over here. I'm on here wondering, is the AI lying? Are you lying? Oh, so yeah, that's right. I asked it. So was the London Blitz after the bombing of German cities that Churchill ordered? And this is what AI spat out. It says, apologies for the confusion caused by my previous responses. I misspoke earlier in my earlier answers. AI can mess up. The AI can make a mistake. You seen this? Lo, I remember people were all worried. Spicy questions. So was the London Blitz, and then the AI says, apologies for the confusion caused by my previous responses. I misspoke. To clarify, the London Blitz was not a response to the bombing of German cities ordered by Winston Churchill. In fact, the London Blitz occurred before any significant British strategic bombing campaign. Let me pull up this conversation that I had with it before. So I asked this, so was the London Blitz blah, 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 after the Battle of the Cities, also known as the Phony War? And it corrected itself. Apologies for the confusion. I made an error. The Battle of the Cities was not a specific campaign. Okay, or the Phony War if you're following here. So I asked it, so was the London Blitz after the bombing of German cities that Churchill ordered? AI says, yes, the London Blitz occurred after the bombing of German cities that Churchill authorized. Okay? And then so I said to the AI, but you said Germany was the first to bomb cities in the conflict between Germany and Britain. It looks like in actuality, it was Britain and Churchill that bombed cities first. And AI responded, you are correct, and I apologize for the confusion in my previous responses. I misspoke in my early answers. I gotcha. I gotcha, AI. Booty Warrior says this chat GPT or whatever is called is useless to me. Clearly, I'm showing you that it's simply like this input-output thinking machine. It's just a fancy, it's like a calculator. You know, it just does what you did in your head faster. You know, it's nothing that special. Anyways, it says the bombing of cities did begin with the British strategic bombing campaigns against Germany before the Germans initiated their bombing campaign of the British cities. You guys liking this little nerd out? I mean, it's just kind of what I was into before I was starting the show here. What are you guys doing? Chilling Friday? We'll get into something else here in a moment. Okay, to summarize, I asked it, Britain bombed cities first. Yes, that is correct. And I asked it, this was a war crime and a first at the time, correct? And the AI says the strategic bombing campaigns conducted during World War II, including the bombing of cities, have been subject to extensive debate and discussion. Anyways, it says yes. It was a unprecedented war crime. But here's something that was interesting too. There was one part here the AI said something quite interesting, quite deep. It is important to note. Hey, are we gonna get some wisdom from the AI right here in a second? You guys didn't think you would, huh? You guys didn't think you would, huh? It is important to note that during wartime, leaders often engage in propaganda and rhetoric aimed at bolstering morale and justifying their actions to their own populations. Both sides used propaganda to present their own actions as retaliatory or defensive measures while vilifying the enemy's actions. What's up, Santino Robles? I forgot how to say your name. Are you wondering what the heck is going on with the show? Or are you just saying what's up? Because what's up? That was a little deep, no? I mean, considering we're here today, and we just don't know. So it doesn't really matter. We can deal with reality as it presents itself right now in the moment. Like, we got it. We could do it. So it's kind of interesting, right? Justifying their actions to their own populations. He said, she said, and everybody wants to take a side and sound smart. So I'll be the annoying guy that's like, there is no position. But sometimes that's true. ChatGPT is not deep but dumb. Can it be deep by accident sometimes? Come on. Come on. I got a call here.
Call from
Frederick.
What's up, Frederick? I got you on the air. What's up, man?
How's it going, Nick?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for your call, sir. Frederick,
That
California.
AI reminds me. That AI reminds me of God saying, "Let us go down and cause confusion."
Oh, wait, say again. What do you mean? That was in the Bible?
Yeah, it was in the Bible.
And
It's
cause
when everybody was on
confusion.
one accord. Yeah, confusion. Because it seems like even websites, if you look up something, you can look up a website saying the complete opposite.
Yeah.
I think Elon Musk is for that, so he can weed out the smart people. So he don't.
You think
just-
Elon
they don't
Musk is
just
what?
rely. He's for that, so he can weed out smart people and not just people that just rely on Google. He wants to,
You say
he
Elon
wants
Musk
you
is
to-
for AI so he can weed out people?
smart people that can think for themselves.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
if
yeah,
you can
because-
ask AI and AI lie to you, and then you go run with that lie.
Right,
you look
right,
stupid
right.
in public, then that's your fault. So he's
Yeah.
gonna put the false information that anybody in their following can believe, and the true information that only the people that smart knows how it goes, and they haven't been brainwashed to whatever type of rabbit hole propaganda that they're down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ask
Fair
AI,
enough, man. Yeah.
Ask AI what was the race of the ancient Egyptians. It'll
Okay.
tell you they didn't care. They said
What
they
is this
don't care
first though? You
about
brought
race.
this up. But it's true what you're saying, man. I mean, I can sort of relate to what you're saying vaguely here.
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's
like-
pure confusion, and this AI stuff, it's gonna let a lot of. It's like when you lower the bar to entry to stuff, there's like a payoff. There's a price you pay. It's like music. The bar to entry has been lower than ever. Anybody with a computer
Whoever's
could get in and start
programming
making
this
music.
monster- Whoever programming this monster is the ones that's causing division. Because they're
But here's
gonna
the
have
thing
to-
too. I want to get into the two things you brought up here, but real quick, I don't think we've been able to predict very well the trajectory of technology and humanity. It's kind of a little bit like what I was talking about with 𝒏𝒊𝒂𝒍𝒔 and his conclusions that this technological system has to be destroyed because its end is elite control over the people, essentially. But as we're seeing, for example, even with AI, we're seeing AI give actually more control to the public than previously thought. Okay, allowing people access to information and resources that you can't hide behind, physical resources and stuff. You get what I'm saying here? It's kind of an equalizer. It's an equalizer in a sense. The way guns are an equalizer in physical violence, they equalize the weak people. Technology, we're seeing in ways that we didn't expect, become that in the same way. You see what I'm saying here a little bit?
A little bit. I kind of. Are you saying? Let me see. Make sure I'm hearing you right. Are you saying like AI is becoming like an advantage for the people who don't have all of the money and
Correct.
tech? Yeah, I heard
Big
what you're saying.
time.
I heard.
Big time. And so people, so that's something
But
we're seeing
almost like
already. We're
socialism.
seeing. Say
That's
again.
That's almost like socialism in the capitalism tech world.
Explain what you
bringing
mean by
everybody
that.
up to par.
Explain.
Socialism is giving
Can you
them an
start again with your
advantage.
explanation? I don't
Leg
want to
up.
miss it because I have sometimes trouble understanding you. I
like
want to
giving
really
them a
understand
leg
you.
up
Say again.
like affirmative action, giving people a leg up. Like you said, it'll be almost like a leveling the playing field. And if you can write a book for me, and all I have to do is publish it, will it bring?
You could
down
see
the
it that
people
way.
Want to read?
That's one way of looking at it.
Will it? Yeah, we don't know.
That's
Will
one
it
way of
dumb
looking at
down
it.
the
In my
people that-
opinion, though, the way I see it when I was describing it is, it's not really just like a leg up like that, because, like you just even said, it's gonna weed out the dumb people because they're just gonna use it like a dumb person. Only smart people using this stuff, are gonna see actual like exponential increases in their proficiency and productivity.
No.
That people
No,
that
the dumb
don't know how to
people-
use these tools aren't gonna have. Just straight up.
The
You know what
dumb
I'm saying?
people will
Like you even
prosper
just
too.
said though, just real quick, even you just agreed though. Oh, it's gonna weed out the dumb people because they're not gonna use it right. So it's not
Listen to
just like
this.
a leg
Only-
up; it's a tool, and
listen-
people.
listen
And
to
this is
this,
so. This is
Nick.
how I see it, and I'll let you finish.
Listen to this, Nick. That's only if you're on home court. If the smart
mean?
people are on home court, you can find out the dumb people. But if the dumb people got home court advantage, you're going to be the smart person being ridiculed, a bunch of crowded dumb people. that
Explain what
believe
you mean by
false
home court
facts.
advantage.
If you're in somebody's platform that's only looking at the dumb and they got a following that only believes the dumb, they're the smart ones and you're the stupid one all of a sudden.
That's
so
fair.
Now it's going to be, yeah, it's fair.
That's
too.
fair. That's fair. What you're saying. I mean that may even be a
Home court
reality.
advantage.
That may even be an unfortunate
court
reality of public attention. But my point is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is to what you were saying before. Simply.
Yes.
Is that
can't weed 'em
you
out
see it
from
as a
smart.
socialism kind of leg up thing, but I'm kind of describing it differently as a tool, and you can't fake like someone here in the chat said, you can't fake you can't fake smart. You know what I mean? Like someone who's got
you
it
can fake
is going to
smart.
use it well, or at least someone who's working hard and is enterprising and quick on the ball. My point is simply that it's more. I see it more like
That the
that because
majority
it's
agrees
just an
with
interesting way that you would see it that way, a socialist leg up thing. Why is it that you see it like that?
Agrees with you, because the majority agrees with you, even if you're wrong, you're right. So all this is doing is stopping people from going doing their own research even more to find out what's real and what's not, because they believing in a robot that some man behind the curtain, like the Wizard of Oz, is programming with information. And if you call it on it, it'll apologize right in front of your face with no repercussions. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you the wrong information. You caught me.
Yeah.
And now you're looking stupid. I mean, come on.
That makes a lot of sense what you're saying, because it seems like that's the trend. Exactly what you're saying is the trend. It's just increasingly, I guess we can say as an umbrella term, technology
They're gonna use
seems
it
to
in
increasingly
college to write
make the
research
worst parts
papers.
of our desires
cheat.
worse.
It's a
And
cheat.
say again.
It's a cheat. They're gonna use it in college to write research papers. I mean,
But
just like,
yeah, what you were saying,
a
it's gonna
leg up.
make people fake, right? Like they're not gonna actually look for stuff up themselves. And that's what I'm
Correct.
saying. It seems like technology seems to just be making all those things worse and make it easier to be to go to the
But listen,
darker
there
parts
was
of
a
yourself.
caller- There was a caller today. No, actually, she was on the Fallen State, and she ate and used welfare until she decided she didn't need it anymore.
She
I
what?
understand that. She said that she was on welfare until she didn't need it anymore.
Yeah.
That's what social programs make people realize, that they're bird feeding me. But people who's thankful for the little bit that they get until they can get on their feet, that's the majority of people on welfare.
You think so?
Y'all think they ride the system? These
But-
are 19, 20-year-olds with kids jumping on the
Really?
system like a revolving door. Yeah, it's a
But-
revolving door. They don't stay on it long.
I don't know, man. That's just like a
I'm telling
call.
you.
It doesn't seem. That's just like a call. You know, it's
If
just
there
like
wasn't a man in that
recorded.
home, how did he-
I mean, I know it's just numbers. I know it's just numbers on a piece of paper, but recorded, like it doesn't. It's not getting better. It's not a revolving door, and all those people who just said it just got out of the system, they've created better. No, those communities, those people just keep getting worse. Welfare keeps growing in like necessity and amount of money going into it exponentially.
Yeah.
It's like a black hole of money, And you're telling me that it's just people are just there a little bit. It's a revolving door.
'Cause
No,
they
the
just
sickness
give
is a
you
little bit
enough
worse
to
than
get by.
it's just a little leg up. You know, it's just not.
Yes, they just give you enough to get by. Exactly. That's why we are tired of the Democrats with their little tokenship, but Republicans give you nothing. But you'll cry about the tokenship of socialism that they do take instead of having something to start a foundation or something on our own. That's
Say-
the same
can
way
you say
AI
that
is
again, man?
giving our
Sorry.
kids- AI is giving our kids, like, almost taking the creativity out of them. It's the same as if a company said, look, we got a surplus of boots. Let's take them down to the black neighborhood, pass them out, and then destroy the money of the bootmaker that's in that city. Now, his boots don't sell because socialism done gave out free boots of the surplus that they couldn't sell. That's like, we don't need certain items given to us in socialism. All we need is
It's like I just find it interesting what you're saying because it's almost like you can't see that everything in this country, in California, where you're living, where we're living, is increasingly socialist, and it's just increasingly worse. Like, can't we see things a little bit simply? Sometimes things aren't that complicated,
California
where
is better
the
off
AI
than
is hiding the truth behind it, and you gotta really look into the information here, man, and you really gotta look into it because we're being lied to, bro. Sometimes it's a little bit simple. Welfare, give welfare, it no work, people still bad. Okay. Increase socialism, California, pretty bad. Like, I don't know, sometimes it's not that deep.
California's not bad.
Okay, no, you're right. I don't think it's
bad.
fair to just say California bad. No, that's fair. We can get into, because I live here and you do as well. I have an opinion about that as well. We can get into a little. It's a little bit more detailed than that. I agree. But
right.
But no, let's be real. Let's be real. You'll
We
get
pay
lost
our
in
taxes
you'll get lost
in
in
a
the
lot
sauce
of-
there.
in a
Let's
lot
be
of
real.
states.
Let's be real. Socialism is destroying California. Look, you know what I'm saying, man. You live here.
We pay our bills in California.
What do you mean by
There's states that don't, like, a lot of Republican states don't even meet their budgets and they need a bailout.
Are you talking
They don't
about
even-
California just having a lot of money? Is that what you're talking about?
I mean, yes, we dictate.
That
what
is
we
such
do
a
with our
freaking
money.
joke. It's so rich that you would even bring that up when you're this guy who's talking about, oh, we need the people, the workers need to own the companies, and the people need to take back control, and the money needs to go everywhere. And then you'll look at, and then you'll wait. Hold on, you're gonna want to hear this. You're gonna want to hear this, Frederick, and I'll let you finish.
Let's hear it.
I'll let you finish.
All
Don't
right.
worry, we got plenty of time.
All
You're
right.
saying, oh, I want this socialism and California, and then, oh, we need it for the people, and the money's got to go to the people. And then you point to California and say, well, California pays their bills. They got money. Look at their GDP. They're doing fine. Not like these other Republican states, which is true. California has a lot of money. But who has it, bro? These silicon big companies, the government
No.
has it. The politicians
No.
have it because they're corrupt, bro. Are you really going to tell me that?
Taxpayers pay their fair share. That's what happens.
Fair enough.
Taxpayers
Okay, that
pay
may
their
be true,
fair
but you're
share,
telling me right
and
now in a
medical
country, in
and
a state
marijuana
like
legal.
California, where you're saying is
Marijuana
paying their
legal.
bills and they're making so much money, you're gonna tell me you walk around LA today and you see that money, and you're like, yeah, we're a very rich city. Look at how
I mean, it's in the
beautiful
property
and
value.
pristine. Is that what you're gonna tell me?
My neighborhood is. I don't know where
That's
you live
fair.
at.
There's pockets. Like I said, we can get into the details. I live here too. It wouldn't be fair to just be like California shithole. Well, my apologies if there's any young people listening.
Right,
but
right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not fair to just. I understand that it's just not fair to just say that. Oh, it's just an asshole. Like, there's details, but that is just. You're ignoring the
California has
real
a
point here.
GDP
You're ignoring the
of-
real, more
of-
important point here. Okay.
I don't see how you can say if California was a country, it'd be number 5 in GDP.
That's what you keep
So
pointing
you're
to
gonna
this
have-
arbitrary number
you're
of
gonna
GDP,
you're
and
gonna-
I'm pointing
you're
to you
gonna
to the
have
reality of
homeless.
walk outside your door, man. And okay, fine, your little pocket's nice. I can find nice pockets too. Walk around, man. Who was it that said this? Who was it?
Majority of
It
California.
was someone. It must have been Tucker. I think it was Tucker. He said, "Walk anywhere." Who was it? Someone said this and went viral recently. They were
No,
like,
they not
"Walk out of
telling
your
the
door
truth.
and walk any direction for like 5 minutes and tell me how America's doing."
That is not true.
I forgot who said that.
That's like
I might be butchering it, but I
overgeneralizing
think the person
California.
meant a city. But anyways, go ahead, Frederick. My apologies.
Yeah, he's overgeneralizing. He's overgeneralizing like most of y'all do and say not all, but most. That's
No,
not
you're doing a classic communist move, which is getting lost in the details. You're saying, see, it's not actually a S-hole Nick in LA, and I'm here being understanding but
why do other countries?
but by getting lost in that, by just having that mere argument of it's not exactly a S-hole, just having that argument shows me that you don't really care about the issue.
Why do other states follow California?
Why do other states follow California? How? What do you mean? I'm not aware of what you're
As
talking
in,
about.
we trendsetters with the electric cars or Silicon Valley.
Yeah, and the
It's like
pride.
We're the trendsetters, and other states follow.
Yeah,
but
it's true.
California
I don't know. I've always
second.
heard that too. I don't really know why. This is a phenomenon that I was only made aware of in the time that I've lived in America
I don't
since
know.
2019. And the phenomenon
No
you're
other
talking
place.
about is, I forget it, but there's a phrase for it. But what California does, the rest of the country follows. Is that fair?
Mhm.
You're not the first one who said this, and I've heard this before. Why do you think that
Because
is? I
it's a
don't know.
model.
I have no
You
clue.
you can try your theories in real time here and see if they work before you apply them to the rest of the nation.
So you're saying California is the testing
It
grounds.
can run itself. Yes. Yes.
Oh,
It's just a
so
matter
that's
of
why
time
everything's
before y'all-
turning to crap.
I mean, you can call it what you want. It's a perspective.
It doesn't
It's
seem
all you
nice.
have. You can
I mean,
change your
you could call it what you want to,
It's
but
not a
I
matter
don't
of
think you'd
fact.
call it nice. I don't think you'd call it good or positive or a upward momentum. Would you say any of those?
I think we are having an upward momentum with Karen Bass cleaning up Venice Beach and all of these homeless places. Have you seen all these camps she got rid of?
Oh, seriously? No, I haven't seen them. It's hard to not see. I know it's anecdotal, but it's hard to not see my immediate area where I live and commute and
You live in
know.
Koreatown or something?
No, I'm closer to mid city.
Oh,
And
okay.
this is not supposed. When I got here, it was like I didn't see, like even in just a few years that I've been here, the homeless have
It's
encroached
because
quite a
the
bit.
weather's so nice. Homeless can stay outside
true.
year round. Other
I've thought the
states
same
don't
thing.
have this.
Hey, I had 2 callers trying to get in. Hold up, I'll
Okay.
finish with Frederick, and you guys can call in. Don't worry, it's gonna be a long show, so
Okay,
we're
I'm
good.
sorry about that. But yeah, the AI is tricky. Be careful with that because you don't know what side is giving you before it learns you and know what you want to hear. So it'll stay on the topic and feed your ego to be like, I knew that. Yeah, you're smart. And then next thing you know, you're all wrong in the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Well, I don't think it's socialism, man. That is a tool, and you'll cringe. You're gonna cringe at this, but it's a tool. AI can be a tool so that you could pick yourself up by the bootstraps, my brother.
Yeah, hey, it is a tool.
I might be even
TikTok is
cringing a
too.
little bit at that too, but anyways, go on.
Hey, TikTok does that too. I mean, a lot of people getting paid off of these platforms all of a sudden, and they want you eyes in the phone, and
Yeah.
Lord forbid they make one app that you stare at it too long and you go blind. The whole world's gonna be destroyed that fast.
Dang. Okay, Ted Kaczynski. All right, man. I do appreciate your call, Frederick.
right.
Call me again.
Yeah, take it easy.
Right on. Take care. Moving the wheels. Call me, callers. 2 callers trying to get in different numbers. I saw you guys. Call me back if you guys want to talk. All right, let's see how the plane's going. We're in the cockpit right now. And we have a nice flight ahead, I hope. Let's see how far we are from our Whoa! How long have we been streaming? Are we that far ahead of our... Are we really that far into the show? What the heck is going on here? We got calls, we got things to do. But are we really that close to Chicago? Caller, I'll be right with you. Don't hang up. But are we really that close to Chicago O'Hare International? No way. Am I not reading this correctly? BDF. Let us check the flight plan here, the flight plan here on the computer. Let's see where BDF is in the flight plan. See? This is how a pilot does it, okay? This is real. This is real. Okay, let me scroll. See, let me use this arrow key, go down. BDF. As you can see, maybe if I put browsing, you can see my mouse. BDF. Let me see here. Turn this down. BDF. We have BDF. BDF is still quite a ways. I'd say, what, 100 nautical miles away from our destination. So we'll be fine. We got plenty of flight ahead. 760-515-3855. I got a caller here on hold. Let me go to you. I believe it's Scott.
Yeah, how's it going, Nick?
Scott, thanks for your call, man. Where are you calling from?
Arizona.
Hey, Scott, what's up?
Not much.
I just realized who I'm talking to.
Man, Frederick is an interesting one. He's entertaining for sure.
Absolutely.
But ultimately, he needs to go and forgive and get over his anger because he would see what's going on if he did.
I wonder if I've ever asked him that.
Yeah.
I forget.
So I wanted to bring up an idea, and I want Frederick to really think about it. There was a guy, Buckminster Fuller. Have you ever heard of him?
Say that again?
Buckminster Fuller. You ever heard of him?
Buckminster Fuller. Never heard of it.
Well, he was like a genius chemist, and he realized how important like structure is within molecular alignment. Amazing guy, but he brought up this idea that, and you can look up the quote, I don't know it, but it's like only 1 in every 100,000 people has the potential to bring an idea to the world that will change the lives of the other 100,000.
Dang. It seems that's true, no? In history,
So
in the Bible, it
yeah.
seems it's all about the one out of the many. Hey, caller,
and
I
in
see you trying to
America-
get in. I got another call right now. We'll get to you later. Sorry about that. I still don't know how to really handle these
No, you're good.
singular calls. Go ahead. You were saying?
Yeah. So in the United States, there's like 33 million people. Basically, it comes down to there's like 3,333 people or something like that in the United States that has the potential to change the lives of the rest of the people here in the U.S.
Following his ratio, his logic there. Interesting.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah,
sense,
he did the
though.
math on it.
I believe it.
And yeah, and it's interesting because California was originally the world example of conservatism and capitalism on a localized level before like these giant corporations existed.
Oh, for real? Is that why?
Yeah, and that's
go ahead.
I was gonna say that's why everyone thought California was so great.
And that's why it's like it's just a vestige of a different time. People were yeah, that's true. California used to be Republican.
Yeah,
I
and
mean
it
was
was
Reagan.
most conservative.
Was it Reagan?
Reagan definitely was the
Reagan,
governor of
yeah,
California.
Reagan and everything. So, and I remember this really interesting report on why California essentially became Democrat. I think it was a Tucker report or something, and it was immigration.
Oh, and what Tucker said was get in your car and drive 5 hours in any direction and then ask yourself how Americans do.
Interesting. Yeah, for me, walk a couple minutes any direction. But it's not for...
Yeah, that
I
doesn't
understand
work.
it's not the same everywhere, but go ahead. You were saying?
Yeah. Well, I live in like a really nice part of town, and
yes,
here, and it's like you walk any direction, and it's still nice. It gets nicer in one direction, and then it gets like rich shopping centers in the others.
Yeah, no, there's there's really nice places here as well. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the problem with most of reality is like it's localized, and so if you get away from localization, you lose everything. Because if communism or socialism were ever to be real, it's communalism. And it's only true, the laws of that are only true within a community, right? Like in Bond, you guys probably live a pretty socialist relationships. Like, hey, I need help. Will you come over and help me do this thing? And yeah, I'll sacrifice some of my time to help your life. That's how friends and families really work. And
I think
how
that's
trust
fair to
works,
say.
right?
We live to be accurate. We live pretty individual lives, like all the guys here at Bond. But that doesn't take away at all to what you're saying. Yeah, that's how like most people live, to varying
Yeah,
degrees.
because
But yes, that
that's
is just
trust, right?
But
If
we
you
don't.
need
We're
help, you go to
us
the
here
ones
at
you
Bond. We're
trust.
pretty. I don't know, solo. We're pretty lone wolves, to be accurate. Just to be fair to the
I know what you
guys
mean.
here.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
But no,
But in general,
I have
yeah,
to
like,
say though,
when
in general,
people
I
need
gotta
help,
say
they go
I
to
think
the
that's a
ones-
fair description of what you're saying. Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Sorry.
But granted, I'm not saying like communism or socialism are good in any way. Because,
Okay.
The only thing that's real is that if you don't do it, it won't get done.
And here's the thing
And-
too that gets me. Sorry, I don't finish your statement. My bad.
No, you're good. No, you're good.
The
Go
thing
ahead.
that also gets me, it's like, okay, sure, it's like when you just speak it about like simply like that, like, oh, well, it's communism. It's everybody is. It just means everybody's friends. Okay, we're all friends. That's all it means. And so,
Yeah,
I mean, I just never could quite, what's it called, like intellectually put that together. How everybody just says, well, it's just us being friends, and we're just friends, and we share, and everything's cool. And then it's like, but wait, why is it that it's always like like just a few people with a bunch of money and power, and it goes crazy? I don't know if that's that's an ignorant view of it, but it's just how I see it.
Not at all. Not at all. Like at one point in life, I took on the belief that I wasn't capable of like making it in the world. And that led me down a path of like turning away from a lot of things that were good. And I ended up being like a crazy hippie person, living in Austin, Texas, part of the burning community. And everyone I was hanging out with had socialist values, communist values. And it was real interesting because I was looking around, and I was there for like a year and a half, and I was like, my life has not gotten any better since I got here.
Interesting.
And all these people's lives haven't either. And we're all going backwards. And I started saying or asking people like, hey, what's your plan? Like, where do you want to be in 5 years? And they'd literally just be like, oh, you're thinking too hard, man. Let's do more drugs.
Wow. That is so
And I
interesting what you're
realized-
saying. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I just realized, like, what beliefs are, and that one belief can completely build or destroy a person. And, like, back then I didn't have God, right? So, but that's really the first thing that led me back to God, is realizing how dangerous beliefs are. Because if you believe that you can't, then you never will.
Yeah, self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, and not only that, but like that is the deep lies that we need to know about ourselves, of like what we believe that's stopping us. Because I will tell you something, as soon as I can look back at my life and when I accepted that belief, I had no control over myself until I realized I believed that.
So true, man. Man, I had a
Yeah, and
response
then-
to something you were saying earlier too. But go on. Like a couple, just go ahead. Say you were saying. Man, it's so true. And you were saying earlier too, you were realizing how your life hasn't gotten any better when you were in that situation.
Yeah.
Sorry chat, the audio went out there for a second. I had the desktop audio muted. My apologies, but I was responding here to Scott, and he was describing being amongst all those socialist people and how he looked at his life and it hadn't gone truly any better. And it's so true what you're saying, because all these people advocating for a leg up and like a little bit of help, it's like where there's always a little bit of truth in evil stuff, or you know what I'm saying, like devil's in the details or something like that. But there's always a little bit of truth. Like, yeah, these things do help, and there are people who use it simply for the leg up, the help to get back on their feet, and it helps in this way or that way. But when we look at our own lives, I bet you we can all relate to this. We all feel like this sometimes, that we look at our lives and we think, oh, I want more money, or I want this or that. But we deep down, we know that we don't have those things, the things we want or whatever. And this may be shallow, but we know deep down that we don't, because we lack, that we lack something. We lack, I don't know, being smart with money and being creative, or you know what I'm saying here? We know that we're lacking in discipline.
We we're lacking.
And
we accepted the belief.
Say that again? I'm just saying that we all know, we know that somewhere deep down inside, and so we don't really want, even though we'll take it, we don't really want the stuff. We want to get better for real, is what I'm trying to say. Simply.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, like we all understand there's something about us that can't. But if we look at that in the wrong way, we believe it about us. But the reality is, the reason we can't is because we only can by being controlled by God.
Yeah.
Right?
Interesting, man.
Right. So anytime we believe something, that belief is the place that we are separating ourselves from God. And that's why we lose control, because we're not supposed to believe anything. So I have like an extremely high level, high pressure sales job.
Okay. How's that going?
Oh, it's awesome, bro. I love it. And I kick ass at it too. Oops,
hey, let's go. Right on. Do you have any tips for, I have a friend who's, sorry, don't forget what you're going to say. We'll get to the tips afterwards. You were saying?
Oh, no. Well, it's interesting because I've had these types of jobs a lot of my life. And I've always been one of the people that lets things get to me. So ultimately, these jobs often, you become jaded and bitter, and you become a bad employee, and the relationship suffers, like between you and your employer, you and your clients, and everything suffers from it. And then it's like a self-perpetuating trap. It's a spiral that it's really hard to get out of.
So true, man.
Yeah, and I don't
people
have
can
that
see
anymore.
it. Like, well, sorry, I'll let you finish.
No, you're good. No, say.
Yeah, so I was gonna say too.
People can see it.
Yeah, people can see, like, you really can't hide. Ultimately, is what I'm trying to say.
Yep.
And it's like, as much as you try to, people can see at least glimpses. At least.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. People, like, even when your posture is different because you're frustrated, even when the tension in your face is different because you're frustrated, even when you're rubbing your fingers together because you're frustrated, right? Like,
there's little cues.
Like,
there's two muscles in your face that moved a certain way that you couldn't control. You
and
know what I
everyone
mean?
knows it if they know.
And people
you.
can see
absolutely.
it. And people see exactly that little twitch.
But it's also in your voice. It's
right.
And
you can only hide for
so
so
I don't have
long.
that anymore.
That's funny.
Right?
Say again?
I don't have that anymore.
Okay,
that's
true.
Not a problem I have anymore, because I don't believe about myself anymore.
Right. You don't have you're not thinking about yourself in a certain way.
At all, really.
Interesting. You know what?
The more I think about myself, the more I'm accepting beliefs.
Yeah, and I don't think people realize that they're being really egotistical, actually, when they're like, oh, like I'm just not good. I don't know. I just haven't figured it out yet. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just like a loser a little bit, or you know what I'm saying? Like they don't realize, they're not realizing, they're thinking that they're seeing themselves as little, and like, you know what? I'm making myself small. My ego's small, but it's not. It's a huge ego to even think of yourself like that. Like, because you're revealing to the world that you think other people are thinking about you,
Right.
and in positive or negative ways. And it's just like, bro, nobody's thinking about you.
And it's really interesting because I've heard a lot of times lately, like the whole, well, if you don't have emotions, you don't have thoughts, you're a robot.
Right.
And it's so interesting because it's so the opposite. Like, and you can't even explain how it's the opposite when you're in that peace, because you're just doing and being, and everything is joyous, right? Like when I face a challenge, a struggle, man, that is so much fun in a different way. You know?
Man.
You know what I mean?
I do. I've experienced that. I'm trying to try. There is no try. But, I'm trying to be in that state at all times, at all situations, man. I totally feel you. I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Big time.
Well, and it's interesting because a lot of times I thought I wasn't in that space, but then I would see other people there and hate them for it. Like
try and bring them down.
Hate them. Yeah, and I'd be like, oh, they need to get their head right. They need to do this. They need to do that. And now it's just like, if anything, I think, well, I hope they do better. I hope they, not like they do better as in performance, but their inside. I hope it gets better.
It gets better.
I hope whatever God's will is done on them.
It gets better. Let me tell you right now, it gets better.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott, man. Anything else you want to say before I move the wheels? I think I had another caller trying to get in.
Advice for anyone in sales.
Oh, that's right, man. I have a friend, in fact, who's been doing a sales job recently, and it's going all right. But he's having his he's going through his willies. He's
yeah. Right.
You gotta grow.
So,
but he might enjoy a couple tips if you got any.
Yeah, worldly advice.
Yes, go.
Right?
Thank you,
this
sir.
isn't spiritual. This is worldly advice.
Let's go. Right on. We
All
gotta
right.
sell, boys.
Step 1, learn what you're selling.
Oof.
Right? If people ask you questions and you don't know the answers, that hurts your sale. Learn what you're selling. Step 2, own what you don't know. If you don't know, if they ask you and you don't know, you say, I don't know, but I'll find out and get right back to you. Step 3, be the best and know you're the best.
Dang, boy.
Right? And then the last thing, never let anything get to you and always stay positive. If you're the shining light, you will break through the darkness.
I thought you said
worldly advice that got spiritual.
I was just about to say, I thought you said this was worldly advice. What happened?
But it is.
We just went to church.
You don't understand that it is. You know what I mean? Like you do.
Yeah, man. No, that's cool, man. I appreciate that, and I hope he does too. Yeah. He might be listening. But it sounds like very sound advice, I must say. If there's any time I think about a salesperson I really liked, it was someone who was clearly I could trust, and it was their reliable knowledge.
Yeah.
And
trust is everything.
Yeah. No, that made sense.
You remember
when
we met?
A lot of sense what you're saying. Yeah.
You remember when we met? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You got my number?
No, I do. Underneath the saguaro. in the night underneath the saguaro. Sorry, say again.
Phoenix Christian University.
Yes, I do. I remember that.
Yeah. Corduroy and long hair.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah.
No, that was an interesting day.
I love the chat. I used to have your number, but you changed it, and I didn't say.
Oh, I might still have your number, so I'll give you. You said your number changed? Did
you
it?
Changed yours once and sent out a text saying, "Hey, it's Nick. I changed my number, and I didn't save it."
I might have you, bro. I do. I'm gonna text you, man.
Cool. Yeah, love to. And
right,
your friends, feel free to have your friend reach out too.
All right, man. Take care.
Love you, bro.
Moving the wheels. Much love. Appreciate the love. Appreciate it. Call me, caller who was trying to get to me. Where are you? I see your number. You tried to call in. Call me if you'd like to get in now. Okay, hold on here. We got a plane to fly. We're in the cockpit. And as you can see on the screen, whoa, we're pretty close to we're getting pretty close to Chicago O'Hare. I didn't realize that flight was so short. We're getting pretty close. We're actually going to begin our descent shortly here. We might do a touch and go, maybe fly to a different airport, not sure. What do you guys say? What are you guys saying in chat? I got a caller as well. We'll get to you here in a moment. Oh, my apologies. Call me back. I think that was me. I think I hung up on you. My apologies. Call me back. I have the lines unmuted. I won't miss it. How's your Friday going? I feel like I haven't seen Lin Yan Chin. I mean, I know you're here today. I know you are here today.
Call from
Jean Benoit. Is it Jean? What's up? Got a Canadian in the chat. Ghost Guts. Chris. Animus. Who's your bear? Kabir Rojas. And I have this caller on the air. Where are you calling from and what's your name?
My name's Kedrick. I'm calling from Dallas, Texas.
What's up? Kedrick, thanks for your call. Appreciate you calling. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, so the AI stuff, I think it was you and Franklin?
Frederick,
we were talking about earlier. Some interesting stuff about that. Like, I think I agreed with you in the sense, like, I guess, like, smart people will use it and capitalize on it and things like that. Like, you
correct.
can't
And I, yes, that not only will that happen, is it happening, but I think we can see the difference. I was just trying to describe that there is a difference in how you use these things. It's not just plug and play. Anybody using it is a genius now.
But one of the things I thought that was just kind of interesting to note, do you know who the creator of, or the CEO of OpenAI is? Sam Altman?
Sam Altman, you said?
Altman, yeah. And he has an interesting early life section on Wikipedia, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, for real, Sam Altman. I've heard the name. Did he start it with? He's the guy that started it with. Is it Elon?
I don't know.
Oh, dang! No, I'm joking.
Shut it down.
Yeah. So I forget. He's the Google guy, or.
He did Reddit. He looks like WorldCoin. I've got his Wikipedia up
yeah,
right
you're
now.
right. OpenAI. I see. Yeah, he started it initially. Started with Elon Musk. Altman started it with Elon Musk and others, and it was eventually Elon Musk either left it or forget what even happened. It might have been taken away from him, and he is since then. Elon Musk has warned of what OpenAI is doing.
But and so yeah, like I guess kind of what we were saying, or kind of to Frederick's point about things being censored online and different things like that. There is, you know, a heavy bias in OpenAI. Like, for example, the question you were asking about was World War II earlier.
Yes.
Then it lied to you. Well, look at who the CEO is. I try to not think like that, but then you see it, then it's like, I don't know, man. Like, it's.
I know they're radicalizing me. The AI's lies are radicalizing me, and I was
crazy.
I was just a normal regular person this morning. You know, I was just a normal, regular, normie this person. And then I spoke to the AI, and now I'm all like, der heißt der Bluch, dein kleines Blümlein.
Oh, dude. No.
Und das heißt.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It reminded me, though, like this, the liberal bias we see in, like, a lot of the institutions and stuff, even, you know, AI and everything else. I think a lot of it, too, if you look at, have you ever heard of the book called The Authoritarian Personality?
No.
So it was written after World War II as like a response to the Holocaust from some people from the Frankfurt School in Germany.
Uh-oh.
And,
We got a... Sounds like a scary book.
Well, it's interesting because the thing was they wanted to make sure that no one ever became a fascist again. That was the whole thing about the book. So it's the authoritarian personality. And so they map out in the book, you know, how to make sure Hitler never comes again.
The dark triad of personalities? Sorry, go ahead.
Right, yeah, and there's like you can't have a strong father figure in the home, you know, like get the fathers out, like all these other things that we kind of see in society now. It's very Marxist, you know?
Mm.
And it all stems from the whole phrase, like, you know, never again. Like, never a Holocaust, ever again. And so, I guess as I was reading it, what I started thinking about, though, was, you know how Jesse and y'all say you become what you hate?
Yes.
If you don't forgive. And so it's like, they're like, never again. No authoritarians. But then they get into all the institutions of power and become authoritarian and censor and cancel bank accounts and, you know, everything else.
That's a good point, man. I'm saying dang, like I'm kind of playing tongue in cheek but I don't think this point gets like I guess forgotten or ignored because it's you could laugh at it and be like, oh, so you're saying they're the real Nazis, but it's true. They're saying Nazi this, Nazi that, and they're the real Nazis. Like, you know what I mean? We can laugh at it, but
that
it's
is pretty
true.
crazy.
It's true. It is literally true what you're saying. They're like, their whole thing is we have to have diversity and and allow as much people and worldviews and stuff as possible so that we never allow another World War II to happen again, right? And then they go around and do the same thing. I mean, you can't.
And it's almost self-fulfilling too, because even if, and in a lot of ways they do the thing where like everybody's attacking us, and then eventually because of that they have to be authoritarian to everybody. Then eventually someone overreacts in the wrong way, and then they're proven right. They're like, see, they're attacking us, and it's like, well, it's kind of like a behavioral, like, I don't know, like, I'm not like, I love everybody, like, totally love speech, bro, but like, it's just like patterns I notice, you know.
That's fair, man. So that's why I agree with Jesse, man. It has to be repeated, but the truth needs to be said. It needs to be put out.
You do become what you hate.
You become what you hate, and that's why you got to overcome anger, or else you will fall for the traps your enemy's putting out for you.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't really have much else to say that. I was going to say shout out to Scott on the sales advice, though. That was pretty.
That was good, huh?
Yeah, it was good.
Let's go. Always be selling, man. Always be selling.
Shout out to Scott.
Let's go, Scott.
Yeah. All right then, bro.
Appreciate your call. Call me again.
Peace.
Appreciate the super chats, everybody. Love the support. Loving it. Jean Benoit with the first class super chats. Lin Yen Chin says, with things like Frederica, why argue with them? You know 9/10. Oops. You know 9/10 of blats can't even master this language, much less complex thought. Spicy from Lin Yen Chin. But that was a coherent conversation with Frederick. I do appreciate the call. Lin Yen Chin says, please hit the like. To appreciate the sparkling soul in Sir Sparkle Blouse the First. It'll help you poop. Thank you for the support, Lin Yen Chin. I got a call here on hold. Appreciate your call. I'll be right with you. Don't hang up. And another one coming in. I'm going to finish up with the first call. I'll get to you in a moment. Mr. Dave, your first class seat is ready for you. Come on down and sit on your seat, Mr. Dave. Karen Williams. Getting pretty close to our destination, everybody. We will be doing more calls, more show, but we'll be focusing on the landing here in a moment. I have a caller on hold. Thank you for your call, your name, and where are you calling from? You're on the air.
Yo, what's up? Steve Strack from Jersey.
Steve, what's up? How you been, bro?
I'm doing well. Yo, Scott came through with that sales advice, actually.
Yeah,
So,
for real. It was
yeah,
good,
so
huh?
actually, I do account management currently, and it's basically sales, but it's more like long-term sales.
Uh-huh.
And the biggest thing that for me, like when people ask me advice on it, is just you got to be reliable. You know,
Yep.
if a client calls me and they're like, hey, what's this, what's that? So everything that he said, 100% agree with him. But it all comes down to, are you reliable? Like,
Yep.
you're not a scam artist. You're just being real. And like what he said, just admit you don't know what you don't know. That goes so much farther than pretending like you know everything.
Yeah, because I think people can see.
Yeah, they do. And people don't want to just deal with BS all day. Like, the old school way of working, like, people like the fluff. And my thing is, I tell the other guys I work with, I'm like, so customer service sometimes can be a cope. Because if you're focusing more on the presentation and you're focusing more on, like, the fluffy feeling, like that old sales approach, then you're missing out. Like, this is a long-term thing. You're trying to, actually regain the clients through another contract when this one ends. Just be real and just do the work and just be reliable. But that's not why I called.
No problem. But it was good advice. Thanks, Scott.
Right, yeah, that was a good call. So I kind of want to get your take on this.
Okay.
Because you were talking with Frederick before about like the socialism, capitalism things and things in society. And so I've had this thing on my mind a lot lately. So where I live, there's a lot of construction that goes on, and it's just for residential stuff. And then they'll sprinkle in like the mixed use buildings where it's like, oh, we're going to throw some commercial, or they'll throw some quote unquote low income housing and be like, oh, we're going to, offer this stuff, but it's all just luxury. It's all just high rise. It doesn't really benefit the people that aren't using it. And I've been thinking a lot lately about like, government regulation for stuff like that, and then applying it, to the Christian perspective, because I've noticed that this overbuilding and this overemphasis on construction is really going on in mostly liberal cities. And then I started to like kind of think about it a little bit more, especially like where I live. These buildings were allowed to be built, and these variances and these zoning laws were changed because then they created these little economies. They focused on the quote-unquote small business. They focused on the restaurants, the bar scene. Then the LGBT stuff came in. And I started to realize, I'm like, this overemphasis on construction brought in this fake economy, which then brought in the bad values, which then brought in the degradation. And I'm kind of like, I'm just curious, what do you think about the people who live in an area getting more involved and saying to the local governments, being like, hey, can we just not allow this stuff to be built? Because this is what it's leading to. And I'm not talking about businesses. I'm talking about, construct like actual like apartment buildings and other stuff. Like, at what point does it become socialism?
Right.
When you say we don't need more stuff being built. You get what I'm saying?
Totally. And I really don't know. And I've always thought, but I have thought about this a bit before, quite a bit, and I can't really what I'm trying to say here is that I can't really go along with the capitalism versus communism kind of like fight here, because I just see them as like economic, I don't know, just ways to describe how an economy works.
Right.
It's like it seems like it's just like a weird litmus test for like how to essentially live life and your litmus test for morality. Are things collectivized or not, or are they owned by the public or not? Like, it's weird. I don't think that matters. It's like what's the guiding principle here? You know what I mean? Because Does it like
Yeah,
does it,
'cause
do, what when and to your question, when does a local, for example, in your example, when does a local populace requesting and using their local government to enact zoning laws, everything from zoning laws to, I don't know, even cultural things, when does that become socialism? I don't know. When does it? Like, how can you tell?
Right.
Where is the gradient here? It doesn't. It seems like a non. It seems like a what's the word here? I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a worthwhile question here. Where does it end? It's more like what's the motivation behind it?
Right, because why I'm kind of asking that question, because I think about getting involved with the local politics and where I live, and so I think I got involved with a guy in Jersey, Ian Smith. You remember him? He was the guy that had the gym and then it shut down.
Yeah.
He tried to like fight and all
Holy,
that. So
COVID. It was like during COVID, he went super viral. He shut. And and people came in, some inspectors trying to make them wear masks and find out why they didn't or something like that, right?
Yeah, he took the doors off the building like.
Oh right, they kept they kept closing down his gym, and he kept opening it up defiantly. Yeah.
Right.
Whatever happened to him?
So he actually ran for Congress last year, but what ended up happening was, so he had a huge grassroots movement. Crazy story how I got involved with it, but that's just not really for this conversation.
Right.
But I got involved with him, and I started doing campaigning with him, and he ended up losing. He didn't even get onto the actual nomination for the Republican Party because of such low voter turnout. But when I was talking to him and having these conversations and kind of seeing where he was at, this is the thing that I keep seeing with Christian nationalism and just men getting involved in politics is, listen, it's one thing to get involved and do stuff morally and just be like, no LGBTQ, no this, no that, but you still have to run and actually do things. And I think this is where I see why sometimes a lot of people don't actually want to go Republicans, because they're already turned off by the values, and they don't see that they can actually get stuff done. Where it's like they fall for the the whole communist socialist crap, whatever you want to call it, of they get stuff done, they care about the community. Like there's actually results to what they do. So I'm kind of curious, like how does one person, like what's your take of getting involved in politics but doing it the right way and also doing your job at the same time?
Well, to what you're saying on on getting involved like that, it's easy to just get all into it and be like, I guess I don't know what it is. Maybe it's I'm gonna save the place, I'm gonna save the day mentality.
Right.
And so you want to go and just fight Satan at the forefront, and it's the trannies. But we still need a city comptroller. We still need a treasurer. You know what I'm saying? Like we need the people that do the gears, running the gear, like
you need to maintain everything.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's, if you notice, there's either there's a big vacuum in any of those areas. Whether it's like local precinct office chair, I forget the exact name, but these are important seats that local Republican.
You talked about that.
Yeah. Stuff like it's either vacant or it's filled with a Democrat.
Right.
So what are we doing here?
Right, because what I remember having conversations with Ian about this, and everyone was talking in his ear, and I didn't want to get into that, but we were just like talking like friend to friend at that point. And I was like, hey, I know you're going value based here. I said, but you actually got to prove that you can get stuff done. I said, why Trump was so great, because he got stuff done.
Yeah, people trust him.
Because people trust him. He's reliable. He actually will pick up a phone and he'll say, get this done. We'll do this. He'll organize that. And look at all the things.
How did it go? Double check. Quality control. Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, man. So true.
But the values, he didn't speak about them all the time, but the values showed through his work. And that's where I think so much about people getting involved. And for myself, too, because I'm trying to get more involved, but I took a step back from doing it because I realized I'm not coming from the right place of doing it, because it's just to promote values and basically just be a religious zealot at that point. Right. Whereas I still have to have capabilities to do what needs to get done for the people that are being served.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where when I look more inside to, for myself and figure things out, I'm like, yeah, there's a reason why people succeed in politics that aren't, with the right values, because they do get stuff done.
Yep.
And it does take a skill set to do that. You know what I mean?
And it takes time to master it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Jack of all trades, it's all right, but master of one. Being a specialist. Okay, very interesting stuff. Appreciate that, Steve.
Yeah, man.
Fascinating. Anything else before I guess I move the wheels?
No, I just want to say really quick that you had a call at Downing Armor this week. I think it was Thursday. Dude, that was the best display of showing love to another man with the whole mental health thing.
Oh,
by just
true.
saying, hey, cut it out. Back in the closet. Cut it out. No more. Like, that's all you got to do, man.
Hey, right on. You like that? Yeah. That was a nice call. I really enjoyed that call with Downing Armor. I did.
Yeah,
I really did.
You should do like what you do for Jesse stuff. Clip that call.
I really have to.
That was a great example of
Thank you.
What does it mean to show love to another man?
Man, thank you for that. Okay, I appreciate the suggestion there. I definitely have to get to clips. If there's one I should get to, I should maybe start with that. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it, Steve.
Definitely, man.
Okay, sir. Moving the wheels. Take care.
Take care.
Okay. All right, y'all. We'll just take a little break here I'll be back here in just a minute here. Make sure the AC's good. Still kind of sweating a little bit. Maybe go to the bedroom. I got the autopilot here, handling the whole ride. We're cruising happily here. We've actually already started our descent into Chicago O'Hare International. Should be nice and clean and fresh and calm and smooth landing. All right, y'all. Give me a second here. As we switch this out. Oh, oops. And then we'll get into calls. Yeah, yes, Gunner. Yes, Gunner. You can call in. Absolutely. I'm gonna walk away from my computer here in a second. If I don't respond, call again. I will take your call. Here shortly. Okay. Be right back. What's up, everybody? Hey, I missed your call. Call me back. I don't know if it was Yes Gunner. I think it was 2 calls. 2 calls there. You can call back. 760-515-3855. Hey, caller, you're on the air. Your name and where you calling from?
Yes, Gunner, Shot-Town.
What's up? Yes, Gunner, Chicago. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good, man.
First time caller, huh?
Here? No. What happened?
First time caller?
No, man.
You called
I called you before.
My bad.
Called you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was trying to clarify some things I had sent you like about 2 weeks ago. How there's like mainstream conservatives and how you and Jesse were some of the last ones that haven't given. And you were like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And I was just trying to say, there's a certain difference between you're gonna go out there and say, oh yeah, I'm a mainstream Republican. I'm gonna really, make people shake in their boots, and it's just really, that's like, to me, that's nonsense. There's like, there was this one guy, I think he was from the UK. He got banned off YouTube, but he was doing extraordinary numbers. His name was the Iconoclast.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever heard of him.
No.
He was awesome, man. He just kept hitting like every freaking topic on the nail on the head. And it was just some of the things he said. Hey, I'm a nationalist. I really don't want people coming into the UK.
He was a UK guy, like a British guy?
Yeah, he got doxxed, and that was it for his YouTube channel.
It's crazy.
But anyway, yeah, that's what I wanted to kind of say. And then I had told you how, I don't really F with, who was that dude? Who's that dude, man? That dude that converted to Islam.
Sneeko?
Yeah, there you go, man.
Oh, really?
Like,
for real?
That's cringy, man. Like, okay,
I'm okay.
But he's gonna be like, oh, yeah, where all the girls at?
Alhamdulillah. I think he's
man,
I think he's overreacting to the weakness of Christians. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're
I don't
so
know the guy.
Christians are. Yeah, I've watched a bit of his content, so I've heard him talk like this. So I think, in my opinion, he's and if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, he's a young social media influencer guy type person. Pretty interesting content. I mean, it's fun. It's some pretty cool stuff too. Pretty interesting conversations with some pretty banned individuals. He's definitely not afraid of that.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get him to talk with Jesse. That'd be an interesting conversation. But I think he's overreacting to, like I said, the weakness. People are weak with women, and Christians are weak with evil. And so he's like, Islam, they're tough with the women, they're tough with the pride stuff. I'm going Muslim.
But what does Jesse say? He says not to pick those battles. Don't be out there protesting, and engaging in fights, physical fights.
Yeah.
And pretty much to stay away from that sort of anger, because it doesn't really do us any good, man.
Yeah,
I think it's cringy at best, man. But I mean, people follow him. That's what's up, man. Let him do his thing.
For sure. Yeah, no, he's definitely making it happen. Young guy, talking freely. You got to respect it. Getting the bag and all that. But I have to agree. Yeah, I wouldn't. There's no need to overreact and reject Christ here. Okay. All right, yo. We no need to overreact and reject Jesus. Whoa. Didn't need to go that far.
Yeah. I don't know if you do you also see I Hypocrite? Jesse's been on his show.
Who? Oh, I Hypocrite?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesse's been on his show?
Yeah. No, he's badass, man.
I don't know.
Follow I Hypocrite. Yeah,
I think I've seen his Twitter.
Ike knows him. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. He had Jesse on. That's pretty cool. I can't seem to remember that for some reason.
Yeah,
Very
it was
cool.
like,
Very cool.
Sex Warriors episode.
I gotta go back and check that one out.
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, man. I just want to, shout out Mr. Mad. Shout out Raymond.
Let's go.
Shout out Hake.
Oh, geez. Appreciate you calling your support, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Call
you have
me
a good
again.
night, okay?
For sure.
Hey, pick me up. You're landing over here. Pick me
Hey,
up.
where are you?
I'm actually heading to O'Hare.
Let's go.
All right, shout out, Nick. Have a good night, brother.
Take care.
All right.
Moving the wheels. We're in the cockpit right now. Like I said, we're pretty close. We're getting quite close. It's been called all the way through. I do appreciate your calls. That's been awesome. We are. How far are we? Is it 36 nautical miles away? Really? We're getting pretty close. Let me close up our, lower our range here, our display range, as we go down to our next altitude requirement of 9,000 feet. We need to be under 280 miles per hour. Great stuff. 𒒂💏 Rojas with the first class super chat. I do appreciate the support. And your first class seat is all yours, sir. Says, I'm officially a knicker. Everyone should join. Nice. I appreciate the support. Come and sit on your first class seat. It's your first time buying a first class seat. That's very cool. Much appreciated. All right. What shall we do now? We have a landing ahead of us. Dang. How time flies. Okay, where is we? Where is we? Yeah, looking good. Okay. I did miss another call there. I have the lines unmuted. If you'd like to call and jump in the chats, please do so. Go ahead. But what shall we do now? I mean, I gotta kind of focus here. As soon as we get to this next around, let's say, around our waypoint, I'd say maybe Newark, maybe waypoint Newark. I gotta pretty much focus here. Hey, Alec, someone get Alec a drink. What the? We need some flight attendants. So real soon here around Newark, I pretty much got to focus here on the landing. I hope you guys are chilling and enjoying the show. It's been fun. It's been fun. It's been calls. Very nice. I had an interesting conversation about sober-mindedness with some friends the other day. I like beer. Alex, soon to be accused of grape 40 years ago. Funny stuff, Hake. Okay. I was having an interesting conversation with some friends about being sober-minded, and some of your chats here right now and my conversation with Steve is kind of making me think of it a little bit. Because you guys are clearly enjoying your Friday very quickly here in the chat. I need beer. I need this or that. Hey, I get it. We're chilling. You want to relax, unwind, and this is how you do it. You get your beer and all that. But I was having this conversation about sober-mindedness, and I realized everybody waking up is going through the same thing.
We've got to get rid of the pimps and the pushers and the prostitutes and then start all
Like
over again.
everybody is going through the same stuff. Like, let's just look at us here. I know we know about Jesse. I'm on his network, and it's a main inspiration and point on my show about anger and the things that Jesse has taught us and shown us that we can do for ourselves, really. And we're waking up and paying attention to ourselves, and I realize everybody goes through like the same kind of like 5 stages of guilt. What is it? The 5 stages of grief. Except these aren't the 5 stages of grief. It's like people actually overcoming, okay? And some of these things that everyone's going through, you guys know what I'm talking about. We all become aware of ourselves, and then we judge ourselves. And we think, man, if I'm feeling this way, God must not be working on my life. I was wrong. Satan deceived me again. And we go on the up and down, and you're like, man, I guess I'm just I guess I am just deceived and I have no control and Satan just has me. He's my daddy. But notice that we're all going through that. And this up and this down and we're guilty and we're like, wait a second, I got to stop judging myself. And it's the thoughts. Have you noticed we're doing the same stuff? And normally when you're doing a whole bunch of same stuff as the crowd, it might not be so good. But I hope you guys understand what I'm saying here. And we're like going through the same struggle almost. And don't struggle with it, but you follow me here. And so be sober-minded. This conversation I was having with friends, and how they don't judge themselves, drinking or whatever. And I mentioned, okay, sure, fine, don't judge yourself and all that, but let's not get out of realities. Sober-minded, in my opinion, is also just not denying reality. You're here chilling, Nick streaming, do your thing. Oh, I'm gonna get drunk or whatever. Look, that's one thing, but let's never not call it what it is. Let's just not judge ourselves. But let's never not call it, okay, coping with reality. For example, you potheads in the chat, some of y'all do a little bit more than unwinding with a beer or whatever. No judgment. Don't judge yourself. No judgment from us. But don't ever not call it what it is, which is coping with reality. And then you can actually maybe overcome it, because now you're not lying about it. But anyways, just kind of rambling about a couple things here. Your calls have been amazing. Kind of freestyling here, but it's all honest. But isn't that interesting? We're all kind of going through the same thing. We're seeing the same things about ourselves, about, maybe initially our mothers, and then other things. So have no, maybe see this as a little bit of an encouragement as well. Doesn't mean God's not working on your life, okay? In fact, it may just mean He is. Okay? We're dealing with the same stuff. Let that be a good thing. Okay. How close are we? Getting close. Gonna have to start focusing here on the descent. So kick back and relax as we vibe out here with the vibraphone. Hope you've enjoyed the show so far. What are you guys doing this weekend? What's up, JS? I didn't see you earlier. Philip Beltran. Point Fire. What's up, man? Seven 515-3855 if you'd like to get in. Oh yeah, it's Father's Day this weekend, huh? DJ, pick a song. Okay. Nice. Chilling on the plane. I'm glad. Yeah. Father's Day. Nice. This Sunday. Oh, wait, no. Monday. No, Sunday. Gonna hang out with the Pops Sunday. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. Coming down to 5,000 feet here. Waiting for a smooth landing here. Chicago O'Hare International. Shout out anybody in Chicago. It's been a nice flight. Didn't even get into any topics here. Who's your bear? Says you should add some MF Doom to the mix, like Raid or all caps. Nice. Yeah, we should do some MF Doom. Appreciate your support and first class super chat, sir. Yeah, Sunday. Get your Father's Day ties and presents. Here, take this in. Trump arrest booking details. As we land here, some boss moments with Trump. From an anonymous source, so take it with a grain of salt. This is from the Messenger. Trump did not have his mugshot taken. They didn't want us get all riled up for our president. But this anonymous source says one Trump confidant said that he cycled through the stages of grief. And he remained angry at this. He got his blood up. But another source who spent time with Trump said it was wrong to describe the former president as ever down over the situation. His mood has been consistent throughout, defiant, he said, the source. Take that however you will. I'm on the second guy's side. Beautiful. Beautiful sun down here as we're coming in for our landing. Let's lower down to 3,000 feet and lower our speed. Bring up our flaps here. We'll be bringing down that, letting out that landing gear. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Flight crew, please prepare the cabin for landing. What even is a father? Yo, daddy! Lin Yan Chin. Nick, show the video of a Houston cop going bucket naked in the middle of the street. It's going viral. Maybe we can look for it. Air Mexico. Okay, coming in. Let's turn on our localizer. Get ready for the approach here. Let's bring down our speed. Fantastic. Appreciate you guys all chilling, kicking back, relaxing as we land this plane. I was gonna maybe even get into some of this Hunter Avalon stuff. You hear about this? His wife, they're getting divorced, okay? I know, it sucks. They have like kids, never nice. But she's going and being gross about certain things, and he's totally okay with it. We're talking about open marriages and weird things like that. The wrong example for the world during Men's Mental Health Awareness, during Pride. And honestly, we could, in my opinion, a little lesson in dealing with women in the Hunt Travel Alone story there, without gossiping too much, you know. We're coming in for a beautiful landing. As you can see, we have another Airbus A320 in front of us, so it should be an interesting landing here. Should be touch and go. And I believe I'm flying on the VATSIM network or something online to see this plane that's in front of me. Can you see it? So we'll be paying attention to that. We don't want to crash. We are turning on our approach mode. Maybe you guys don't know what I'm talking about here. The computer knows certain different frequencies and stuff, and it knows how to arrive to a runway. It's called your approach mode. Chris, I can talk to air traffic controllers, other enthusiasts who enjoy doing this. And but right now I'm not doing the full talking to the the air traffic controller and all that. Ooh, flaps are all the way down. Okay, I didn't even notice that. Let's bring down our speed way down. Okay. What is this? Stop. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Coming in. Gotta slow it down a little. Okay. Kick back and relax. Seatbelts on. The trays are already up. And we need to land, so thank you, flight cabin crew, and get ready for landing. Landing gear down. Autopilot off. Full control of the plane. Thrust down. Thrust off. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived to Chicago O'Hare International. The local time is 8:11 p.m. I hope you've enjoyed your flight today with Ankle Baby Airlines. I hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure you tip the flight attendants nicely. If you're a classy person, you tip them. Otherwise, make sure you get all the info you need for your connecting flight. And of course, once you open up those overhead compartments, do be careful, as the contents of said compartments may have shifted during the flight. And as always, we do appreciate your continued patronage here on Ankle Baby Airlines, as we do know you have many options, but you choose to fly with us. Right on, y'all. You knew I could do it. You knew I could do it. Come on. Who doubted it? Where are the doubters? Show your face. See what you can do when you focus, Nick. I know. Maybe I have ADD.
Living just another day, thankful that I still exist.
All right, y'all. It's been a slice. It's been fun. Join me again for more Nick's stream. I loved it. Thanks for your calls. Call me again for the next show. Make sure you follow, subscribe, and stay tuned for any more fun stuff we might do on the channel. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy Sundays with your fathers. And join us, maybe even join us for a Father's Day bond church service, fellowship service. And of course, take care. Take care, y'all. Appreciate it.
Baseball bat to the backyard glass door. That's what happened when you don't give us what we asked for. Bitch, we had a plan while you back in